How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we'll be diving into the newly updated Legend League and testing out Fireball Rocketloons in the new Legend mode. Now, real quick, just as you see, finished top 200 last season on one of my accounts, which is really nice, but I did miss 2 defenses in the past 4 days. So yesterday I defended just once, the day before I missed a defense, and I think 4 days ago I also missed a defense, which pushed me from top 500 into top 200, and I basically kept that position and managed to finish top 200. So I've completed all of my attacks. Today I have 2 accounts and I basically did 12 attacks, got 9 out of 12 3 stars. One of the accounts I didn't do live commentary for, so I was able to focus on fully. This account I did do live commentary and I did fail 3 attacks, which I'll share as well. But yeah, it's going to be pretty challenging doing live commentary this season for sure because of the difficulty level of the new hard mode. But yeah, without any further ado, let's jump into the first hit. Okay, so this was a pretty tough base. I mean, it's a pretty tough one anyway, because you don't have that much value for your Fireball. I would Fireball the Inferno Tower and get the CC, but it doesn't really get all that much. Maybe a Builder Hut beside this Mortar Crusher that gets a whole bunch of value. Yeah, might be tough though. Let's give this a shot though. Because I feel like you do need quite a bit of Fireball value to make this work. Also Flinger. I probably could place... I'll see. I'll focus on the Fireball first, I think. We have to freeze here because of the Ricochet and the X-Bow. Snipe that out. And how many invisibilities is it gonna take? Let's try to snipe the air defense out. Okay, we're gonna get that. So as soon as this goes, we're gonna go like this. And get the Queen as well. The Queen goes down from the Fireball because it's level 27, remember? They did not nerf the equipments, or the equipment cap. There's no equipment cap. What I'm trying to say. Here, we're okay. So, let's start the heroes. You really want to keep an eye out on the time, because it's pretty easy to time fail. Especially against these bases. Now this wall breaker is probably not gonna make it, or it does. It does actually. That's good. Try to push the heroes into this compartment. Now the warden is gonna be taking a whole lot of damage, and I might lose him. To be honest, I mean this is pretty ridiculous. Of that. The spiky ball hits the mono. Oh, we get ability forced. Queen ability forced out of us. It's not great. And the warden looks like he's dying. Oh man, he's over the minion prince as well. But yeah, he would have died anyway because I have no spell support for him. Still have the royal champ. The druids did their thing though. I mean, the druids kept the queen alive for a little bit. Now, can we finish this off? Is the question. Very, very close, but I think we got it. With the Spirit Fox cycling, I think we're okay. Right, so I've done a few friendly challenges, and yeah, it's pretty tough. I mean, here we get well upgraded base. Obviously going for, you know, maybe the scatter shot. Yeah, the scatter shot looks great. I mean, I'll probably end up luring the CC out in the process, or potentially. So let's see how it goes. But yeah, you can't really swag the Royal Champ anymore in this Legend mode, which I think is a good thing. But, okay, let's focus. I think there's a NATO here in this compartment. There should be. So I'm gonna try to scout with a couple of Rocketloons. Try to trigger it early on. There's a bomb, which might mean there's a NATO. Okay, there isn't. I have to freeze this combination of defenses. And I'll ice block. I mean, yeah, I'll ice block here. I don't really want to lure out the CC. Let's get that out of the way. Didn't get the fire spitter though, which I think I could have. Well, let's snipe it out with two Rocketloons just to force my warden to go to the right hand side. I think we got enough value, so I can start my hero dive. Time is definitely something you should watch out for. 100%, especially in this mode. Freeze that. I want to snipe that. Well, the king ability is going to get forced right off the bat. I have a couple of wall breakers though. Rage the warden because he's under a lot of damage. Poison the enemy heroes. Rage the queen. A lot of damage. But send the RC on the back end to get rid of this stupid fire spitter because it's kind of cooking my warden a little bit. And I think we got our first triple though. It's close. Obviously, as I said, pretty much every single attack is going to be a little bit close. It's Invis right here. And yeah, let's move on to the next attack. It actually feels so good to have decent bases on the very first Legends day. I mean, this is a decently upgraded base. Might not be the best base. And you have the single Inferno, which kind of putting me off. So let's see. I'm just gonna fireball the multi-arch tower, and I might do, yeah, I'll do the log launcher approach. Let's. Do I scout here? And there's probably Teslas. Get rid of that. How many furnaces does this guy have? Holy crap. Are they gonna cook my warden? Like, I'm not even sure if they do or not. Doesn't look like it. I mean, they cook my... For sure cook my, Sneezy. Nice block here. Fireball that out. And we're gonna have to freeze this ricochet cannon. Now that the warden is relatively safe, start the hero dive. Let's see, we're gonna do a log launcher approach into this core. Let me see. So I'm gonna need a freeze probably for the top side. I'm gonna rage early to get through this kind of heavy-ish area. Okay, the king ability is gonna get forced soon. Have to keep an eye out on the queen now. Queen is going around, which is not great. Is she though? I want to try to funnel her in. Should have probably raged the queen. But we're gonna pop her ability, and we're gonna try to keep her alive with the invisibility spells for as long as possible. Let's do this. And final compartment, we're going to send the RC into. Now this minion prince can distract it with a couple of Rocketloons and 2 headhunters like this. And yeah, I think we got this one as well. Again, it's even with a ton of fireball value, it's still just a little bit close. Like previous mode, I would be easily able to swag the World Champ on this one. So, as it is the start of the new season, there's been a lot of bases with Invis towers, which are relatively straightforward when it comes to fireball. So, this was a base that I found on my other account where I didn't do live commentary for. So, I'll just do a voiceover over it. It's a, well, relatively common style of hook base. And what I usually do is I usually try to get rid of one rage spell compartment and push my warden with the hero dive and get the king hooked in. That's kind of the plan here. If you can get the CC, and obviously in this new legend mode, you should try to go for as much value as you can. I mean, you have to kind of weigh out the risk. If it's too difficult to get a fireball down, then don't, obviously. But if it's manageable, like in this case, I can fireball the fire spitter and get the CC. I'm going to go for it, right? So that's the goal here. Also, pre-triggering rage spell towers is something that you should really try to go for if you see the opportunity to do that. But here, just one Invis, fireball out that most of that rage compartment. Getting that CC down is pretty good value. And now, as I said, you want to create a counter funnel with your siege barracks. As you saw, I placed it in the X-bow range, which was kind of my bad. But yeah, you want to create a really nice funnel for your king here, which is what I'm doing. And I'm trying to wall break the king into that rage compartment and delay his ability until he gets hooked into the base by the hook tower. So yeah, he's still not being hooked in, so I have to freeze. As I said, you want to delay it for that core. That way you get rid of that hook right away. And then on, I mean, you're just basically smooth sailing. You want to use your spells on your queen here. I use a lot of Rocketloons on that bottom side. Probably shouldn't have, but it shouldn't really matter even in this mode just because of the amount of fireball value that I got. The queen is going up towards the town hall. She'll eventually get the town hall. And yeah, I have the RC cleaning up at the bottom. She'll join in with the queen and eventually I'll get the triple. Okay, we have a pretty... I mean, I have not seen this base, so it's relatively fresh. I mean, hook tower, kind of a weird placement for it. However, this section with the king and the minion prince is pretty toxic. Not much flinger value from what I can see. So I'm gonna fireball the 4. Have to be very careful with this minion prince. I'll probably... Well, the CC has to be dealt with as well, so I can't really use the poison on them. Yeah, that might be pretty tough. This one is gonna be not so easy. I can already tell. Even with the amount of fireball value that I get from this warden. Snipe some of these buildings just to make my life a little bit easier on the fireball setup. Okay, the warden is kind of heading off the wrong direction. Don't need to use a freeze just yet. Now, where's the warden gonna go? Again, it's 50-50, isn't it? Let's have him take that out. I'm gonna pull him because he's going towards this side, which is definitely not preferable. And there's a hook there that I need to take care of. Get these wall breakers in. Hopefully the king is the one that's getting hooked in. Very nice. Now time is going to be an issue. Let's feed some Rocketloons in. And we'll do druids as well. Have the CC. We need to poison that. The warden is following the P.E.K.K.A.s. Kind of annoying. Send the RC from this side, and I probably will rage her up. Let's get rid of this stuff. Pop the RC, or pop the queen. 30 seconds though. Man, do we have enough time here? Really stay focused, come on. Go, 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 go. Goblins. 5 seconds. Okay, yeah, I think, no. 99. Rip. Yeah, that was a close one. Here's another attack that I did on my other account where I didn't do live commentary. And this is a common style double rage base, which I'm sure many of you guys have seen. Here, I obviously going for a rage compartment gets really good value. Now, I also decided to use a flame flinger in this case, just because, well, you'll see. I set up the flame flinger at 12 o'clock, just because the whole plan was, you know, to fireball the rage tower and have the warden go towards the monolith. That was the original plan, at least. I was going to do that, and I placed the flame flinger at 12 just because it would get way more value than the siege barracks would because of that ricochet cannon at the top side. And then that flame flinger would act as a funneling troop basically to funnel my heroes into the town hall. But here, double X-bow plus the arch tower, you have to ice block. Set up my fireball. Very nice value, and yeah, at this point I noticed that it's probably going to be impossible to redirect my warden, and honestly, probably not even worth it. I'll just let him go towards the top side. Hopefully the flame flinger pops before he approaches it, that way he doesn't follow the super minions. And as soon as I noticed that, yeah, he's going to go up there, I decided to switch up the plan and go for the hero dive into the other rage compartment. First of all, sniping that monolith out just because it's very difficult to funnel my heroes into it. So sniping it out with Rocketloons is, in my opinion, worth the investment. Now the king ability, again, gets forced pretty early. Like, there's a lot of damage, and yeah, something to get used to. Also, the druids I sent out early on as well, because delaying them might make them a little bit worthless. Just something to keep in mind and potentially get used to. Keeping an eye out on the warden because he's taking a ton of damage here. Druids are doing their thing, sort of. I mean, they're keeping the queen alive, which is what they're supposed to do. And the warden is going to get the town hall. The super minions died at the top side, so it's looking pretty good. Here, just send the royal champ to kind of back my queen up because it looks like the queen has kind of died out a little bit. And yeah, we were able to get the triple here. I mean, the warden is going to die, but we still have the RC ability, so yeah, let's move on to the next one. Okay, double rage. Obviously, rage offers a lot of value. This top compartment looks also really good for fireball, but what do I pick? Yeah, I feel like hero diving the mono is not the best idea, but we'll go with the approach that I would usually use for these bases. Also, is there flinger value? There's a little bit at the top side, to be honest, which I feel like I should use. Yeah, I will use that flame flinger at the top. And in the meantime, we're gonna try to funnel this warden into this ricochet cannon, which is where I want to throw the fireball from. Nice block in a second. Double quake. I think he should be able to deal with the multi-arch tower by himself without any help. Now these minions, they will hopefully help out the warden later on. Let's poison that. I need a freeze on this one. Oh, that king is dangerously close to the... I mean, we're just gonna pop the king ability quickly, I guess, at this point. Rage the warden. Did the healers get hit? I'm not sure why they're super low HP. Let's try to wall break. Really want to get the wall breakers. This is looking sketchy. Let's rage the warden again. Again, the ability goes off manually. We're losing healers up top. That's something that you want to see. Can the warden get the town hall? That would be really, really clutch. I don't think he can with that minion prince. I have to send the RC for it. And I think we have our first fail. I mean... yeah, that king... if I had a Skelly spell... if I had a Skelly spell for that monolith, that would be great, but since I didn't... that's why I was a little bit concerned about just charging in there, because the ability got forced very, very quickly.